Welcome to the 2023 Asian Pacific African Powerlifting Combined Championship in Hong Kong, China. My name is Chrissy Chamley and I will be announcing and commentating this session for you, which is the women's under 69 kilogram and under 76 kilogram body weight classes, all age groups in classic powerlifting. And I will do my best to call the ages and weight classes that you're seeing and the competition as it's unfolding. We have our first lifter straight out with 50 kilos on the bar for Yakasheva of Kazakhstan. She's a sub-junior in the under 69 kilo class. And that was a good lift to get her underway. Now, happily joining me in commentary, I have the lovely Manju from India, who is my lovely friend, and we have been to a few championships together, and finally we get to speak to you in commentary. So welcome here.
Thank you so much, and it's such an honor to be right here, sitting next to you commentating, and I'm going to have a blast here.
Fantastic. So I think I just saw Duta Chatterjee in the equipped bench press just now, didn't I?
Yeah, that's her, yes.
So 60 kilos for her opening squat. Chatterjee from India. Masters 1. Great sit. Easy opener.
That is it. And just for your information, she's going to play all 4 events that are happening here. So that's quite a work, I guess.
Thank you for the inside knowledge. I thought I've seen her, and isn't that wonderful that at these combined events, lifters can actually enter multiple events and have all of this experience?
Absolutely. I mean, we're traveling so far, we might as well play as much as we can.
Exactly, and you get a lot of benefit then. So Chi from Chinese Taipei, opening on 70 kilos. She is one of the Masters 1 lifters in the under 69 kilo class. Controlled, good depth. What do you think?
Yeah, that was a good squat.
She's one of 5 in that age and weight category. We also have Masters 1 in the under 76 kilo class, Masters 3 in the under 69, and the sub-junior under 69. So this particular flight has got 3 age categories and the 2 weight categories. So this is next lifter is Zainduddin of Singapore, 72.5.
Oh. That was a good squat. Yeah, it's a good lift.
Now, you're lifting at this championship, I do believe.
Yes, I am, and I'll be playing tomorrow.
Wonderful. So how is it you're in commentary today?
How wonderful. I mean, I'm playing and I'm commentating with you.
This is fantastic. Goals. Lee from Chinese Taipei now, Masters 3 opening on 95. What do you think of that?
Yeah, that's a good opener. Oh, nice depth there. It's amazing to see Masters 3 lifters, really. Full respect for them.
Okay, she's missed the lift, but I think there was a double movement there that we didn't. Okay, moving the bar now up to 100 kilos for Jamuhat of Singapore, one of the Masters 1 lifters. This is her first international and only the second competition, she says, in her life. So she's qualified and then she's come to this championship from Singapore.
Oh, that's a good lift. That was an easy opener for her.
Yep. And you'll notice that she was wearing what looked like full legs, but they weren't. She had a regular squat suit on, a soft suit. She had her knee sleeves and socks and had them just nearly meeting, but there's a gap between all of those. And that at the moment is the approved apparel for our lifters who wish to cover for religious reasons until we get made a complete soft suit that goes all the way down, which is coming in the future. Here's Ito of Japan. She is a Masters 1 lifter, 1 of 5, with the biggest opener of 105.
Oh, that was a good lift.
Oh, an Aussie. An Aussie's coming. Liv Lannon from Australia.
And that makes Chrissy very happy.
Suddenly I'm perked up. 120 kilos for Liv. She's one of 3 Masters 1 in the under 76 kilo class. She's competing against Mayani of India and Sotomordoj of Mongolia. So look out, this should be a good competition.
Yeah, all 3 of them look to be similar lifters. At least the squats look quite close to each other, so should be a good, interesting watch.
Here's Liv, coached by the... Liv's a great team member, supporting everyone before her competition here, and I'm sure afterwards.
From 130 kilos. For 5 years. Let's see how her next lift goes. So that's Seema Dutt Chatterjee with her second squat. Oh, that's a no lift. We'll need to watch the replay to see what went wrong here. Yeah, looks like a depth issue. So Chia from Taipei with her second lift, 80 kilos on the bar.
Quite a lot of Chinese Taipei lifters here. They love their powerlifting. They're at every competing, coming together as part of the big region. Referees, everything. Chi here. 80 kilos, good sit. Looks up, chest up.
That's a good lift. And the interesting thing is she's been competing for 32 years. That's a long time to compete. A lot of respect. Yes. Yeah, so that's Zainuddin from Singapore with 80 kilos on the bar.
Okay, this is an equal PB. Training Collective in Katong. Oh, has to work a bit to come up.
Looked like some work. But that's a good lift nevertheless. She's a pretty new lifter, just 1 year into competing, but she did good.
Isn't it amazing to see how some of the really new lifters inside of 1 year, 2 years just conduct themselves really well? They totally understand the rules. They understand how to go out there and do that. And they're strong. You know, they've developed all aspects.
And these platforms give them exposure to lifting, and it's so good to have people come and compete internationally. It's very important. Okay, that's Lee. And it's a no lift. Looks like a depth issue for sure.
So her coach is coming round to see the jury to ask for a review. Okay, it got overruled and she's got the lift. And it's not just Chinese Taipei celebrating that, but all the fans in the audience happy to see that too.
Yeah, that's Ito Harumi now with her second lift of 110 kilos. That looks good to me. Let's wait and watch. Yeah, that's a good lift.
Good stuff. There's so much involved on the platform here with the coaches. A lot of respect for the work they put into supporting the lifters, but there's also conduct that's required of the coaches on the platform, where they're allowed to stand, what they're supposed to be wearing as representing the sport and being seen, and their behaviour. We'll come back to that. Jamahat of Singapore, 110 kilos for her second attempt. Big mention here of Method XSG and her family who's here supporting and watching her. I'm sure they're thrilled with this. Oh, great depth find.
That was good. That was good. Does that put her in the first position for the squats right now? I guess so. Yeah, there she goes.
Yeah, good pickup. Now that we're getting these second lifts underway, we're starting to watch the leaderboard and where the leaders change here. So Jamahat hits the lead with that 110, particularly on body weight, from Ito of Japan, who's got the same lift but is heavier. And then it looks like we've got Chi from... Muscles that up.
Yeah. Beautiful, strong squat. Okay, that's Mayani Kamble again from India. 135 on the bar. I guess he's taken a 5 kg jump, which looks reasonable to me.
Successful lift here would get her into first place temporarily before the Mongolian will come out and attempt a fair bit more.
Next lifter from Mongolia.
Okay, that's a good lift. Yeah, so that puts her in the first positions for the squat for now.
But here comes our wow factor. Sodon Dorj of Mongolia. She wowed us in the opening attempt. What'd she put on here? 10 kilos. Okay, you did say that.
I guess. So let's see. Oh my god, oh my god. This is just amazing lifting. A very, very good lift.
Can you put into words what we see there, why that's such a good lift for people who are watching and wondering what makes that such a good lift?
Yeah, I guess the way I feel the eccentric control, the control by which you go down, and then you are in total control of the weight when you're pushing it up, and the entire lift is so composed that you can really make out, and the lifter is very comfortable with that weight on his back or her back.
5 for her attempt. Yep. Third attempt here. There it is. She's just gone up 2.5 from the second. 1 of 5 masters 1. Bar right up on top of the traps. Quite an upright posture. Oh, she grinds through the sticky point. That was pretty good.
Okay, that's a good lift. That was a good fight to the end. So about selecting your lifts, I feel your second lift is something that you should have practiced in the gym. So that gives you the confidence of pushing your third lift or doing your PRs. But some people kind of give a very heavy starter, which kind of puts them down a little bit. So the first should always be comfortable. The second being a good PR that you have achieved in the gym a couple of times. And the third, you can just push your way around and try to achieve new PRs.
Thank you for that good explanation. Here's Chia, Chinese Taipei, 85 for her final squat. Just off the pace for medals at the moment, but this would actually muscle her up into bronze medal position. Oh, she's got it. Let's have a look. Oh, she missed.
Oh, she missed?
Sorry. Okay. Oh, yes, I can see on the replay. It was a little bit borderline. Actually, the coach is considering going to the jury. Yes, the coach is on the way to the jury for a review of that one. So we'll keep you posted if there's any change to that.
Oh, this is again the Masters 3 lifter. Okay, she's attempting an Asian record. Oh, that was a good one. I think she's done
That
it.
was the best lift we've seen. Oh my
That's a
goodness.
new Asian record for her.
That is amazing. That was her best squat out of 3, and that was the record. That's powerlifting, isn't
Awesome
it?
is that? I know. I feel it's more of a mind game than a physical game. What do you think?
Yeah, I often think, a lot of your training is, obviously physical in every sense, but game day, it's 90% mental. I think it's that much.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's Ito Harumi, 115 on the bar, her last effort. Oh, looks good. Looks good. Yeah, that's a good lift. That puts her in the first position for the squats for now. Let's wait for the last lifter to come now to see what the positioning is.
Norliana from Singapore, Norliana Jimahat, 115 kilos. If she gets this, she will get the gold medal in the squat. From Ito from Japan, due to body weight being lighter. So this for the gold medal. And Zane Duran will get the bronze. This for gold.
What a fight. Let's see what the jury has to say. Oh, that's a no lift. That's hard luck. Hard luck. She gave her best, but she lands in the silver position for squat.
Yeah, I mean, she gave it everything. She stood up, but she had to give it basically 2 pushes where the bar dropped down a bit. And I heard the wild yell from Ito out the back when she realised she got the gold. Oh, wait a minute. Has jury overturned that? Jury overturned. She's got the gold. Oh, my goodness. Drama here. Here's Liv Lannon of Australia, 132.5 kilo for her final squat.
All right, she tried, but yeah, she couldn't do the 132.5. She ends up with the bronze in the squats. Okay, next is Mayani Kamble from India with 142.5 on the bar. She looked strong in her last squat, and let's see if she can pull this 142.5.
So a good lift here would actually muscle her up into the gold medal position just before the Mongolian comes out. So this for a look at the gold medal.
Oh, looked good. Let's wait for the referees. Oh, that's a no lift. Okay.
So she'll settle in the silver medal position with 135. And, oh, wow, another overrule. This is incredible. So she hits the gold medal position, and now Sodin Dorj has to get 150 to get the gold medal.
Yes, easily she's my best squatter here today.
For a few days. Oh, she's cut that short.
Oh, that's sad.
We did not expect her to cut that short. And as a result of that, we've got an unexpected gold medalist in the squat. How amazing is this sport, though? Seriously, that is incredible. On body weight, Mayani will win the gold.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That was a good fight, though. Loved the fight.
Yeah. Again, now that we could talk about how important the body weight is, can't we? Okay, we're going into our second flight. So that was a conclusion of the third lifts for that flight or group of lifters. So we've got another flight now of the women in the under 69 and under 76 kilo classes. And these age groups are age groups. So, but we've got 2 weight classes, so it's still quite tricky to keep on top of who's who. But we've got De Silva from...
Oh, that was an easy one. She's been competing for 8 years and she's just 23 years old, so I'm just wondering when she really started.
I've been looking at these sort of this information and thinking, did they start when they were 11? People, they're very... I'm not sure. Maybe they were training, but I know they weren't competing from childhood. So, Chan from Hong Kong, 90 kilograms on the bar for her opening squat. She's in the 76s. There are 4 competitors. And as we've explained, the bar moves sequentially higher. So she is the lightest opener in that group.
That's a good lift for a first one. And I'm just very, very excited to see the squats in the 76 weight class. I mean, look at the weight. Reboton is 190 kilos for a starter and 150 for a starter. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, she's an absolute Asian favourite, absolutely. Okay. Tanya Michelle Lim of Singapore, 107 kilos for her opener. She's in the 76 kilo class as a junior, one of 2. And she's opening 107, but her competitor from Chinese Taipei is opening a lot higher. So these ladies have got their own goals in what they're achieving here. Oh my goodness, incredible depth. Well, that was wonderful.
So I think a lot of people here don't come for a medal. They come for some personal achievements, like you mentioned. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's really individual. I do believe that people have a lot their own goals. I was trying to think, do powerlifters not have goals? I'm sure they do. Oh, I really want to concentrate on Liang now. We know her as Ellen here. She's been one of the officials and helpers from Hong Kong, China, opening on 110 kilos. Lovely depth, solid up. Just one of the nicest people you will ever meet is Ellen, and so incredibly helpful to this championship and to media team in general. But I'm so pleased for her. She's done so much running around, and then she had to lift today. So, a bit like you.
Amazing. I'm just going to sit here and talk.
It's hard work. What are you trying to say? This is hard.
Just 19 years old.
Okay. Yep. Good lift. One of 3 juniors in the under 69. That's C from Hong Kong. And the next junior in that weight class is following straight after. This is Jia Ying Lee of Singapore. 120 for her opener as well. I can tell you that Lee is the lightest body weight of the 3 in the juniors. And so that may play a part in separating Singapore and Hong Kong, because they look to be pretty evenly matched in what they can lift.
Oh my God, this couldn't have been better. A good squat, good depth, and overall beautiful.
You know, just understand what we're saying. We're very jealous of the depth there. You know, younger lifters, I'm sorry, but they can get down deeper than some of us. I mean, me. We just dream of those days of the flexibility when we could squat like that, which is absolutely glorious strength to get up from that deep point.
Absolutely. That's Xenia Khan from Kazakhstan, starting with a 120.
She's an open age category lifter in the under 76s. She's 36 years of age. Very experienced competitor. And you can see that in the lift, can't you?
Yes, absolutely. And she's taken a very comfortable opener, I guess, to just secure her first squat, but it was a good one. Next, coming up, we have Veronica Manning from New Zealand with the 130 on the bar as a starter.
Yep. Veronica's an open age category. She's 24 years of age, been competing since she was a junior. And New Zealand has been, very quiet. And then they turn up to this championship and have just taken all the gold. So what's going on, New Zealand? Wonderful lifters, absolutely fantastic. And part of a pretty big team from New Zealand, 10 or more people here. And Veronica opening up 130 in the under 69s. She's actually the heaviest of the group of three. But this is a solid opener to get her right up there. Oh, wow. Wow. Snappy.
Yeah, but good depth, and she got up in a zippy. Good squat.
Talk about this next lifter. I met her earlier on. This is Sharla Gahramani of Iran, the first woman Iranian I've seen. And we just saw the back spotter get swapped out for a female. Lovely sit. A lot of discipline there, and we absolutely welcome Sharla and all the women in Iran to come and compete and qualify. She got a good lift that is exceptionally strong, and we're so thrilled. And she is followed by the other Iranian female athlete who's here, who I got to meet both of these ladies early on. Absolutely thrilled to see them here. This is Elhan Salimanyan Rizzi. And you can see that they have been able to wear apparel that is acceptable for their belief. And we've been able to put a back squatter, a spotter for her. 150. Oh, lovely deep, mashallah. It's a good lift, and well done, and congratulations to be here.
Yeah, that is incredible, actually. Playing for the first time and putting up a show like this, really, really incredible. And we wish these ladies all the best for their future lifting.
Well said. We absolutely do. And as the fraternity of women lifters and officials and supporters, we just absolutely want all our sisters to get on these platforms and make it and have the opportunity and feel very welcome and very wanted.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we were talking about selecting our lifts, and Whoopi Chan has given her PB as her first lift, so I'm just waiting to see how it goes.
And it's a record attempt. Yeah. It does happen. Sometimes lifters come so well prepared, they're ready for a record on their first attempt Wu from Chinese Taipei, 155.5. Well, I see why she put it on there.
That was a good one. That PB is going to be broken today.
Nice. Very nice. Oh, look who's coming up next.
That's the biggest squat in this group, 190 kilos for a baton.
The biggest squat by about 40 kilos. Joyce Riboton is an absolute favourite of so many people. She's from the Philippines. She is just on a level of her own, and we so enjoy seeing her lifting. And she comes to these regional events, not just worlds, you know, she's a really good supporter of all these competitions, and super grateful to be able to watch her here today.
Oh my God! Oh
the
my
nod
God!
as she comes up.
Wasn't that lovely?
And the relief. Just stunning. Look at the strength as she just muscles up through that 190.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her next lifts now.
I'm telling you, this is the best seat in the house. Okay, we're coming back to earth now. We're in our second round of squats. And we start with 92 kilos for Chan. Yeah, this is a PB for her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool. How'd she go?
No, that's a no lift.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think about lifters from Singapore? I see a lot of strong lifters from Singapore coming up, right?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, they're a big team. They are very disciplined and well coached, to my eye. There's a real seriousness and intensity about the Singapore lifters I've discovered. They're really quite serious and switched on and focused, very intense.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
Amazing to know. Of whatever I've seen, I've found them superbly strong and disciplined, so to
Yes,
speak.
yes.
Yeah, that's very important. So that's Radisha De Silva with her second lift, 100 kilos on the bar. Okay, that looks like a good lift. Yes, that's a good lift. Yeah, that's Liang Yim Chi for second lift, 115 on the bar. Lot of new lifters, like many of them who are just 1 year in competing. Really good to see how these people will kind of go ahead and flourish. And
Yeah, absolutely. It's not common in sports that you necessarily get to this level this quickly. Liang, 115, great depth. Oh, she muscles up. Oh, I think she's getting to the top of what she can lift. What do you think?
yeah, she can definitely.
And I think people are surprised once they start training in the power lifts and they discover that their body responds and gets stronger really straight away. I think people are blown away by how much potential their body has, but they never realised it's just training.
Absolutely, and lifting weights, especially for women, is a great health benefits. You know, I mean, in all walks of life, I guess. So once they realize that, I think they get into the game and get better and better by the day.
Yeah, perfectly said. Tanya Lim, Singapore. 115. And that's a PB. That's a 2.5 kilo PB. So congratulations to her and a big shout out to her parents and Sit Powerlifting and Alex and Helena, who aren't here but are cheering her on, and her coach Sam and her partner Wei Chong. She's a physiotherapist and this is her first international meet and her first time pulling sumo in the deadlift. So we look forward to that. Hope that goes well for her. Here's Lee from Singapore, 127.5.
Again, a new lifter, but amazing to see how much weight they're lifting in their first competitions. Oh god, that was good. That was good. Good depth. Amazing depth she's got.
Yeah, she's a student, age 21, so she trains at Strength Masters. So a big shout out to her fellow lifters there and her coach, especially her family and friends, and the person who's handling her here today. We just don't do this in isolation, do we, Manju? We have a lot of support around us. We need a lot of support. Hopefully, every lifter has got people behind them.
Yeah, I mean powerlifting, though it's an individual sport, it is a team sport in the backstage. You need people to give you warm-ups, to give your water, your ORS, to pep you up. Oh, that's a good lift.
Yeah, good stuff. And the only word I know in Kazakh language is davai, and the Russian language. Come on, we only know powerlifting words in other languages. And the only word we know is come on in every language. How do you say come on? What do you say when you're helping if you're coaching, platform coaching any of your teammates or whatnot? What's the sort of thing that you would say?
So we would probably say, okay, it's easy weight.
Yep.
You're a strong girl.
Right.
You're a strong boy.
Yep.
And chin up.
Yeah, chin up. Okay. It's really important, these cues. So Minerva Wing C from Hong Kong. 130. One of the juniors asserting her dominance with the 130 here to pull away from Lee from Singapore. Did she do it? Oh, she did. 2-1. So she's just inching away from Lee to try for the gold for sure. That was a very controlled lift.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the support you need in the backstage, right? I mean, you need a coach who understands you, who understands your mental psyche, and he will understand what you're going through for that particular time or day. So very, very important to have a big, strong team behind you.
It plays a huge role in how you go for the day, isn't it? And your development as you go on. Yeah. We're always learning. Veronica Manning, New Zealand, 135. Now, looking at the scorecard, I would say she's probably not going to get into that gold medal position. But she's hanging in there, and it's a solid silver medal performance here. Great depth. Look, I like that even more than the first lift. There was just something even more sort of determined about it. And I think it's true, when we get a bit heavier weight on, it switches us on even more. Would you say that can happen sometimes?
Yeah, it does. And the first lift is like an icebreaker, You get it there, and then the second lift you're confident based on how the first lift went, and you feel, okay, that's easy, or that's light, and I can do more and better. And that's how your second lifts probably are a better lifts than the first ones.
Okay. Shala Gaharemani of Iran. Apologies for my mispronunciation. Mashallah. Shala 152.5. Massive second attempt. Great depth. Oh, she's strong.
I mean, you can't believe it's just her first year of competing. Absolutely not. I mean, she's competing like a champion already.
We know the amount of training she's done to be able to squat that. You know, she's been waiting for years to compete, I'd say, because that's a lot of years of training there. Yeah, she's done a lot of work. And equally, Elham Rizi of Iran has also done a power of work at under 76 kilograms of body weight to come out here and squat 160 on a second attempt.
That was an amazing effort, and I'm so happy to see these women lifting here.
I got the goosebumps again. Oh, it's wonderful, mashallah.
And she secured the silver in the squats already. Okay, here comes the big one. Not yet. Still waiting.
Still a big one.
Still a big one of 162.5.
P. Chen Wu, Chinese Taipei, 162.5 kilo for a junior. Weighed in at 73.62. What a squat. Absolutely enormous. At 19 years of age.
Oh. Okay, that's a no lift. Well tried, nevertheless. So now, Chrissy, since you travel around the world following this game so closely, what do you think? Where is this game going in terms of popularity, through the world?
Oh, that's a wonderful question. Well, that's partly why I'm in Asia at the moment, because I can really see the Asian region particularly exploding in popularity, participation, and just as you've said, a healthful thing, a sport thing, an opportunity to participate. We're just going to enjoy Joyce's 197.5 kilo squat here. Solid as she unracks and gets out there. Sucks that air in. Oh, she just shifted off her line. She's so strong, she could correct it.
I like the way she nods when she knows she's got it.
We haven't got a front-on replay, but you might be able to pick it up here. She gets down there and then she just drifts a little sideways. But there's the strength. It doesn't stop. And because she's got such speed or momentum, she still keeps going up. So this is thrilling to watch in all those elements of it. And we're into the third round of squats.
Oh, looks like a good squat to me. Chanhai with 95 kilos for her final squat attempt. Yeah, that's a good lift. The next to come is Radisha De Silva from Sri Lanka with 115 for her final attempt. 8 years competing. Looks like an old-time player. Oh, okay. That's a no lift for her final attempt, but she still secures a bronze medal in the squats.
Lima Tania Mixley from Singapore.
That's Lim Tanya from Singapore with her final attempt of 117.5 kilos. She's already secured a silver medal in the squats. And this is going to be her personal best if she is able to squat this. Okay, that was a no squat.
No lift.
Okay, she secures a silver medal in the squats.
Liang Kim Chi from Hong Kong.
That's Liang Yin-chi from Hong Kong with 120 kilos on the bar. She is right now on the bronze position for squats.
And she's a teacher. Shout out to all her students. I hope they're watching, Miss Liang. Oh, fabulous looking third squat. Eh? And she just gave us a squat lesson.
And her students are going to be proud of her. And she's so happy.
I love seeing the lifters' reactions when they run off. You can't always see it on the stream because it happens out of the camera shot. But it's one of the highlight moments for me.
Absolutely. So that's Lee Jianing from Singapore with 135 for a final squat attempt. And a possible silver in the squat category.
And this will be a PB for her. Another lifter who's hugely thankful for her supportive family and friends and her coach. She's got the national bench record, so we're going to check her out in the bench, right? Here's Lee. Good hit. Oh, my word. Wow.
That was good. That was good. Whoa, that's a PB, 135 kilos. And that puts her in the first position right now. But let's wait for the last lifter to come by. Okay, that's Zenia Khan with 135 kilos on the bar for her final lift.
25 kilos. Third round. Next lifter, Minerva Wingside from Hong Kong. Now on the stage.
This is for a bronze medal now. My God, did not look like her last squat. That was
just warmed up.
Yeah.
That was the best squat.
Absolutely, and a very good looking squat indeed.
It does happen that the third squat can look the best. Their movements the best, their confidence the best, and it just moves faster. It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And this builds up the tempo for the next lift.
Yeah,
for the
good.
bench and the deadlift.
Lindsay from Hong Kong.
Nice, interesting haircut.
27
Haircut
pounds 5 kg. Last round.
Minerva has
Next
got.
lifter, Manning Veronica from New Zealand, followed by Shavila from Iran.
So this for the gold medal to try and get on top over Lee. Oh, just ran out of steam and yeah, the bar did move down. So she'll settle for the silver medal with Lee ending up with the gold and De Silva gets the bronze.
And now coming to stage is Veronica Manning. 140 on the bar for her final lift. And she is looking for a silver medal in the squats. A lot of supporters in the crowd for New Zealand here.
They're just very loud. Just one in particular is very loud. Shout out to Alison, assistant coach. Okay, Veronica Manning, 140. Let's go, Veronica. Oh, good hit. Oh, she did not get through that. What? Oh,
Amazing. What a way to end the squats. Amazing, amazing.
look at my skin. I've got goosebumps again. How did she get through that? Let's look at that replay. It's so deep. The hips come up. She doesn't panic and drive them up. She gets the shoulders moving and the chest comes up.
That's absolute.
It's nearly got tears to my eyes.
Of course.
Shala. Iran, 162.5. She is the gold medalist. This is for more on the total. It's a solid looking squat. Is it deep enough? And it is. She gets the lift. She's thrilled and she's the gold medalist in the squat. In the open age category, 69 kilo class women, and Manning gets the silver and Liang from Hong Kong gets the bronze. Now Wu from Chinese Taipei in the 76 kilo juniors. She is the gold medalist. She was from the start, but here's the 162.5 that she wanted.
That's going to be her personal best. And there's going to be an interesting fight in the 69 kg category. Just 7.5 kilos separating Shala and Veronica Manning. So it's going to be a good fight to see. Oh. Well tried though. She didn't get that one, but she definitely gets a gold.
Oh. So here is Elham of Iran, 165 for her final squat here. She will finish with the silver medal, only second to Joyce Rebotin of Philippines. So Elham, mashallah, get up. Oh, yep. Well caught, spotters. And good job. It happens. But well caught. You see she gets out of, she gets into trouble right from depth. And the spotters know that's a dangerous spot. So they grab for the bar. Everything's happening in a nanosecond. But good result all round there that she was caught.
Yeah, absolutely. They need amazing reflexes to be able to catch such heavy loads. So tell me, Chrissy, about the spotter in the back. I mean, what was that about? You just mentioned.
Oh, yeah. So, as you can see here, we've got the spotter loader team from South Africa, and but they're an all male team. And so, for those two particular ladies, what would be possible and acceptable for them, that physical proximity, is if the back spotter was female, because it's quite a physically vulnerable position as well. And it's no problem to find, for us to find. And that back spotter is a beautiful woman who is a lifter herself, and she's just stepped in to be the back spotter. Yep. Joyce Reboton of Philippines, 203.5. It's a record. Third attempt squat, 203.5. So, it's just graceful.
You bet.
Scary.
You bet. So that
Just went no.
so that kind of ends our squat session. Moving on to the bench press now.
Yes, we're going to have a break, and we're going to have 10 or 20 minutes. 10 minutes, and we will be back with the bench press. Okay, we're back with a start for the bench press session of the women under 69 and under 76 kilogram class, sub-juniors, Masters 1, Masters 3 age group. This is the first flight. And we're underway straight away with our sub-junior, Yakushiva of Kazakhstan. And she opened on 40 kilos. And now it's the Masters 3 lifter Lee with 45 kilo opener. And of course, still with me, hanging in there, is Manju from India. She's my co-commentator extraordinaire.
And I'm having such a fabulous time here with Chrissy.
It's been absolutely wonderful lifting here. And I'm going to let you call the lifting for a little bit.
Sure. Okay. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a good lift. 45 kilos for Lee from Taipei. The next lifter is Nudin Shakira from Singapore. It's 45 kgs on the bar. She also represented Singapore in the Asian Powerlifting Championship in Dubai, which happened in December of last year. There she goes with 45 kilos. And that was easy peasy, 45 kilos. That's Jumahat from Singapore again with 47.5 on the bar. She did some very impressive squatting earlier on. Now let's see what she has to offer for the bench. Yeah, that's a very good lift. 47.5 kilos. Seema Dutt Chatterjee from India with 50 kilos on the bar. She's a Masters 1 lifter in the 69 kg category. Okay, that's a good lift. 50 kilos, Seema Dutt Chatterjee from India. Next to come is Ito Harumi from Japan with 55 kilos. Oh, that was easy. That was easy. 55. A very good lift here. Move on to 76 kg category. Lan from Australia with 65 kilos on the bar. That's in the 76 kg category. Going to be interesting. Do you know her personally, Chrissy?
I only met her in breakfast at the first day here. I was so pleased to meet all the Australians here. Most of them all of them I'd never met. So Liv holds the national record for the deadlift, so we're really going to watch her in the deadlift. She went to World Championships in October last year in Canada. And that's a good lift. So she's really building her international experience and seems to be thoroughly enjoying that whole process of qualifying and travelling and competing. So here is Sodnom Dorj of Mongolia opening on 65 as well. Gee, they're well matched, her and Liv, as competitors. And very high touch. Yep. And that looks like a good lift. Yes, it is. And it'll be Mayani from India, who will be the biggest opener here out of these three Masters 1 in the 76 kilo class. So she's a little heavier than Liv, but lighter than the Mongolian. So we just need to check those weights. If some of them end up being the same, who's going to get it on body weight?
Absolutely, and there's a nail-biting finish to these competitions, so the weight is something that comes into play. So Mayani Kamble with 70 kilos on the bar. Oh, that was an easy opener. 70 kilos, good lift.
Wow, look at this, Manju. 70, 70, 70. It's a popular weight. That's the thing she was saying is, it's quite possible that a weight is very popular in any weight category. And so 70, all three of those women will or have attempted 70. So that's the thing where the body weight also comes in, isn't it? As we wait for Chi to come for her 72.5 kilo opener. That's the top opener in the Masters 1 in the 69 kilo class.
So it's really amazing to see lifters who are probably a little lower weight on the squats bench a lot. So that's the case with Chi. Oh, that was a good one. Really, really strong bench here.
Good lift. 45 Yakusheva Veronica of Kazakhstan.
So that concludes the first round of bench press for those ladies. And we go into the second round of bench press now, starting at the lightest weight, moving our way up. So we start with the sub-junior from Kazakhstan, Yakasheva, 45 kilos on the bar. 5 kilo increase from the opener. Slight... oh, dear. I'm not sure what happened there. It looked... well, look at the... She came down very slow, which is... And then she drifted, and as though she was trying to find the touch, which is just something you don't see in classic lifting.
Yeah, I think she just left the tension in her shoulders and just let it go. Alright, so that's Zainuddin with 50 kilos on the bar. All right, that's a good lift.
And Noor Shakira there lifted at the Asian Classic Powerlifting Championships in Dubai last year. December we were there. So another person who's really enjoying, I'd say, going to these regional and combined championships, which give athletes the opportunity to have international without going to Worlds. Quite often the locations are closer than Worlds would be, and it's just another option for an opportunity to compete. As we have here now Norliana Jamahat of Singapore with 50 kilos for her second attempt as well. Let's see how she goes. Easy touch. Oh, it's really quite easy.
That's quite easy. With just a 2.5 kilo jump for her, could have easily taken a little bit more, but yeah, she's happy with that. All smiles. So, Chrissy, is this Asian Pacific African Powerlifting Championship is taking place for the first time?
Yes, great question. Yes, this is the very first time we have combined these three regions in a championship. So how wonderful is that? Out of the 6 regions of the IPF, 3 of them are here. So it's again that other option than going to Worlds. As we see Lee going to take a record, actually, 50.5 kilos is a record, Asian record for the Masters 3 in the under 69 kilo class. See how the record moves? Yes, I think it is.
Yes, it's a record. It's a new record.
Hey.
She is so happy.
Yeah, that's marvellous.
55.
Yep.
Yeah. So, will this championship take place each year?
Yep, another great question. We didn't set this up, honestly. That is perfect question. Yes, I am very pleased to report this exact championship, Asian Pacific African, will be run again and will be run yearly. And I'm fairly certain that it will be in South Africa. I'll give you some more details after you call this lift.
I look forward to it. Yeah, that's Seema Dutt Chatterjee from India with 55 kilos on the bar, and that's a good lift.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I believe Honey Smith, who is IPF technical chairperson, he is here and he's also South African and very big in South Africa. He told me that it's going to be in Potchefstroom, which we affectionately call Potch in South Africa. I'll give you some more details too about that. For those people who think this is a pretty snazzy competition, yes indeed, it's on. You can prepare and get ready for next year.
Awesome to know. That's Ito Harumi with 60 kilos on the bar. Oh, that's a good lift, and that takes her to the silver medal position in the bench. Now we have Olivia Lannon from Australia with 70 kilos on the bar for her second bench press attempt.
I think this is an equal PB. Yes, she's done this in training. So this will be official on the platform PB, 70 kilos. Always nice to get that ratified, especially by international referees. And her big shout out to her gym buddies at Intrepidus and Strength and Conditioning. Big supporters for her. And her partner Mark, of course, who's in the crowd, intently videoing her, watching him, watching her, watching the bar. Oh, come on. How good is that? That's nice. Woohoo! And shout out to Sister Michelle and her niece and nephew, Kaya and Kai. Hope I pronounced you right. They come from Perth, the whole family, from Perth, WA. So always nice to hear who the people are in your life and know that you're part of this powerlifting journey.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is Sodno Mernj from Mongolia with 70 kilos on the bar. And that's a good one, good lift. So all of them, all the three competitors from this category have registered the 70 kilos successfully. And now it's Mayani Kamli from India with 77.5 kilos on the bar.
Just to update you, this championship is not yet listed on the IPF or any calendar. So do watch the IPF calendar from time to time as it gets updated constantly as there's things that are official. And look for this championship. It'll be listed as Asian, Pacific, African, powerlifting, bench press, equipped and classic. It's everything. And so I do not know exactly what time of year. It could be a very similar time of year to now, but that may not be necessarily true. It has to fit in with everyone's calendar. We just watched Chi here of Chinese Taipei, 77.5. She's the top second attempt in the Masters 1. Yeah, solid. She is in a bit of a level of her own here. And she will pull away right away as the leader with Japan and India probably battling it out for the silver and gold there. Same weight now for Mayani of India in the 76 kilo class. And this would get a bit of distance between her and the other two in her class, as they're all sitting on 70, as you said. So somebody has to assert themselves, and she's the first to have a go outside of 70.
Oh, that was a good one. Good one. Good lift.
Yeah, so back to this championship. My understanding is it'll be held in a place called Potchefstroom, which is about 2 hours drive from Johannesburg. So generally people fly into Joburg and the organiser has shuttle buses and just drives you to Potch. Potch is, I always knew it as a university town and a sports town. So a lot of sports teams will go there to train. It's at altitude. I'll talk some more about that. We've got to watch Lee here. She's setting records all over the place. So 52.5 kilos for another Asian record to increase what she's just done. Oh, just not tight enough maybe, and just couldn't spring that off the chest, but a great to try that here. So back to Potch. I believe it's at 1,200 metres. I just have this in my head. I'm not quite sure, but it's elevation, and so many teams like soccer, cricket, other teams will come to Potch. It's got big accommodation and lots of sports venues outside and in, very good quality, for people to train, sports people, to train at altitude, because as you may know, that will then help you when you compete at lower altitude. Not so great for us powerlifters. So, just watching here the 52.5 for Nor Shakira. Oh, it was just steaming up, and then it just started to drift towards her toes, and she had to pull it back, and it came down a fraction. Yeah, so there's these wonderful big accommodations where very modern, very beautifully laid out on big grounds, spacious rooms, very modern furnishings and pool and big eating areas. And the actual venue is a accommodation with a pool and obviously the lifting area. Norliana, Singapore. A lot of support for her on the chat today. So how good is that? 52.5 kilos for her final attempt. 40 years of age. Very new at competing.
Oh, that's a nice lift. So first time around, she does a 52.5 bench.
57.5 kg plus.
Yeah, so at Potch, we have been going there. We, IPF, have been going there for many, many, many years. Very experienced organiser, very efficient, very well embedded. Everything works. Just all that years of experience, it's smooth.
So is that the place where the Worlds happened this year? No, that's a totally different. Okay.
So Worlds was at Sun City, which is amazing, but very expensive.
That was a good fight. Oh, but it's a no lift.
Yeah, so Potch is not as expensive, and yeah, it's probably probably a bit more doable for the organiser as well to have this big championship there. All the gear's there, all the equipment's already there, whereas what they had to ship it all in to Sun City. Logistically very difficult to do, Sun City, for the organiser, and very expensive for them. The venue, excruciatingly expensive for them. Ito, Japan, 65 kilos. We're getting right up there again. Third bench. This is her pushing up. Oh, wonderful. She shall get the silver medal. Oh, no lift. So, okay. Back into the Masters 1 now. Liv Lannon, 72.5. Momentarily muscling into silver medal position with Sodden Dorje to come. So this for a look at the silver. Handled the 70 beautifully. She's got a wicked deadlift on her coming, but every kilo here will count in that total. Right arm was happy to press it. Left arm wasn't going anywhere.
Almost trying to do her best,
Yeah.
personal best, but
Yeah.
okay, it stays at 70 for now.
Yeah.
from Mongolia.
Liv's actually born and raised in Ireland. She's got this beautiful Irish accent and emigrated to Australia 11 years ago and started competing in powerlifting 3 years ago. But we're claiming her. She's an Aussie. She is an Aussie. Here's Sodom Dorge, 75. Oh, has she got enough speed on it?
I guess she did. She did.
She did.
She did. That's a good one. She's a fighter.
Yeah.
80 kg to be loaded. Or is loaded. For Chi of a Chinese Taipei.
It's Chia from Taipei with 80 kilos on the bar. And she's nicely placed at the first position in the bench press. Oh, that is a good one. That's a good lift. Yeah, so she secures a gold in the bench press.
Good lift. 82.5.
And the last competitor in this category is Mayani Kamble from India with 82.5 on the bar. Oh, well tried, well tried. Still, Mayani ends up with a gold medal in the bench as well. So she is really pushing towards the overall gold as well. So let's wait and see for the deadlifts.
We open up now into the second flight of lifters, which includes the open and juniors in the two weight categories, the 69 and the 76. And we start with Chan from Hong Kong, China. 40 kilo opening bench press. 1 of 4 in the open age category under 76 kilo class. Good. Safe opener.
Good lift. 47.5.
The next to come is Radisha De Silva from Sri Lanka, 47.5 on the bar for her first lift.
Or is loaded. Radisha De Silva of Sri Lanka.
Oh, that's a very easy opener for her. 47.5 kilos.
60 kg for Mineral Wing Save of Hong Kong. Or is loaded.
The next lifter is Minerva Wingze from Hong Kong. 60 kilos on the bar. Oh, nice one for 60 kilos. Very easy. It's a good lift.
Yeah, so just back to this championship again. I think the appeal and why I think lifters really should consider this is, like you said, here's Ellen from Hong Kong, China. Ellen Liang, 60 kilos for her opener. She's one of the 69 kilo open age lifters. She's 28 years of age. Should be easy opener for her, considering her PB. Yes, it is. Really good. And it is a good lift. This championship, one of the beauties is, as you were saying, that there's multiple events happening and the lifters can do classic full powerlifting or equipped full powerlifting. They can do classic bench press and equipped bench press. They can do all four. They can do any combination. Opportunity for lots of competition for the trip and lots of learning, lots of experience and lots of medals.
Absolutely. Lots of medals for sure. Was there any particular thought behind this championship where you have all three contingents and events?
Yeah, originally, and it was before, it was dreamt up before the pandemic, just before, and it was going to be held, I think, in 20, and it was going to be Asian Pacific. That was a format that was really quite, conceivable because of those two regions, geographical proximity and trading relations and all of that. We're broadly in a similar area. Then, of course, you know what happened, and no more championships. And by the time we got to restart now, they thought, let's include Africa. They're our friends. Everyone's our friends. Here's Lim from Singapore, 65 kilos. Just putting a little bit more on that first attempt than her competitor from Chinese Taipei and getting the good lift. So that might be an interesting little tussle there. One of the reasons is in Asian region championships, we often invite South Africa's Hani Smith to come out and be one of the jury members. We just got a really close relationship with South Africa and their officials, and often invite them to come and be part of the officiating. So we've got enough high-level referees and jury members for our championships, just a bit of cooperation that's developed over the years. So then it was just a natural step to say, hey, why don't you all come too, And the IPF ratified and approved of it as a approved championship, and here we are, first one.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Lee, Singapore, 70 kilos opener. Top opener for the juniors in the 69s. And that's a good lift. So she's actually benched over her body weight there as an opener. And these are the sorts of things that we think about as powerlifters, isn't it? As what that weight represents relative to our body weight.
Absolutely. And when do you think more South Africans will be a part of this competition?
Yes.
Probably soon?
Exactly.
Yeah. Would love to see that too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Shala from Iran with 70 kilos, and that looked quite easy for her. That's a good lift.
Yeah, she's amazing.
80 kg for Salimian Rizzi.
And her teammate, Elham Salimayan Rizzi. And we've got our female centre lift out coming in to lift this off for Elham. And this is Marina from Kazakhstan. She's a lifter and an official. She is the centre lift out. Right. Sorry, my apologies. I saw her from behind. Elham, 70 kilos. My apologies there. That saw her from behind. She looks very much like Marina, who was the back spotter in the squat.
From India.
Okay.
She's 84 plus open lifter.
So she'll lift soon.
Yeah, she'll lift tomorrow.
See how wonderful this is? She's jumped in and you know, answered the call that we need a female.
So she's helping out her team members, and somebody just calls for help, and she's just come and helped out the team here. So, yeah, amazing. That's the beauty of the sport.
This is how it goes in these championships. Nations helping other nations as well. Veronica Manning, New Zealand, 85 kilo, top opener here. I reckon if she gets this, no one will challenge her for the gold medal in her group. Oh, that's epic. Too much amazingness there. And there goes New Zealand going off in the crowd. But solid. Look at her. She doesn't move.
Yeah. Okay, we have Joyce coming in now. 95 kilos on the bar. Oh my god, that 95 look. Oh, it's a good lift, right? Okay, looked like a warm up for me. Yeah, yeah.
You know, her PB's 100. So I'd say she's going to have a crack at that at least the next lift. She's just a phenomenal athlete. And I'll follow her on Instagram if you want to follow her to see her training videos. It's, you know, just wonderful to follow lifters out of competitions also, just to see how they achieve what they focus on, any little bits of wisdom they can give us. Zenia Khan now from Kazakhstan, 110 kilos, right? She's a 76 kilo open age lifter. And this is this Kazakh power here. They're monstrous benches.
I know. Oh, her PB is 145, which is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, so you know, she's world class. You know, total for all the world class level. And it's a treat to watch that sort of weight move like that. Here. We start with the second round of benches now for the women with Chan from Hong Kong. 45, 5 more than her opener. Great chest up position. Drives that up. Yep. She's, her hand width could be wider. So that's something that lifters will sometimes advance towards, won't they, over time, is getting their shoulders strong enough to handle being wider and wider, and also the wrists, that gets sort of bent a bit when you're going wider, and you need a lot of strength in the wrists and the ligaments and the tendons. So, not a great idea when you're first starting out, perhaps, but certainly something to work on for some of these lifters.
It's really amazing to see the techniques, different techniques applied by these athletes. Somebody having a way wider grip than normal for a bench, for a squat, the stance. It really matters, but I mean, it's really nice to see that they apply themselves in those particular techniques.
65 kg.
Yeah, I agree with you. I so love watching all the different setups and approaches to the lifts that differs with the different body compositions and proportions and size and all of this sort of thing, where the lifter's strengths and weaknesses are, so how they compensate for that. Here's Ellen Liang from Hong Kong, 65 kilos for her second bench press. She's been working very hard for weeks now in the background of this competition, and then in the early days. Great touch. Oh, yes. How good is that?
She made it look really, really easy.
And she's very cute.
Yeah.
She's actually extremely cute person. She makes these lovely little faces and gestures. I just adore her.
So now we have Minerva Wingzi, 67.5 for her second attempt. Oh, a little bit heavy for her. Okay, that's no lift.
67.5 for full pitch.
So do you also coach or in some way support other lifters who are new to the sport, either at home where you're training or in competitions, etc.?
Absolutely. So I have a studio of my own which I run with my friend. So as we started learning the sport, we realized the benefits of this, and a lot of people came to us saying we also want to learn it. So we at our studio are currently training for people who have already represented the state at the state level, and we are training someone who's as old as just 13 years old. So he's a boy and doing really well, and someone who is a master's trainer, two people who are in the open category. So yeah, we are training people to power lift. Yes, absolutely.
So I'm guessing then that interplay of different bodies, different ages, body shapes, types, strengths comes in now in your suggestions of how they could have a strategy or what might help them, the errors they tend to make and how then to correct those. So you're getting all that variance in your knowledge.
Absolutely. And you need to understand the attitude of the athlete as well. That is also very important. You need to know when to push that person, how much to push that person, and make sure that they're giving their best at that given particular time. So the attitude really, really matters.
Oh, great.
That was a good lift. for 70 kilos. Really good.
You know, I've heard you focus on the attitude and the mentality of the lifter, their personality, what works for them, what motivates, what wouldn't work for them. Just interested after this lift, maybe if you could talk about, you know, how much that's a part of it, how different that can be for different people. You know, just your general thoughts about how that plays into what you're doing in training, what you're doing in competition. Is there a difference? Yeah, all that kind of thing. As we watch Lee of Singapore, 75 kilos. She is the out-and-out leader, not out-and-out, but a solid leader in the junior 69s. This 75 will really, really add some kilos to the total and cements her. Well, she already had the gold medal, to be honest, in the bench press. As we see the bar going to 77.5 for the Irani lifter.
Yeah. So going back to coaching, right? So when you coach, it's very important to be with your competitor or the student, whatever you want to call it, during a competition, or especially the first few competitions, to make them sure they're comfortable, they are backed up with. You're handing off the bar to them, standing behind, spotting for a squat and all that, to just pep them up, you know. After a couple of tournaments, they get quite comfortable on their own, and they start challenging themselves. So the first few instances are when the coach really needs to be there to push them and make sure that they're giving their best, and especially tell them you believe them, you know. Oh, that's a good life. 77.5. I think these girls are really benching well, all of them. Yeah. So yeah, coaching is a very critical part of inner success of a athlete, really. And you really need to stand by them for all their flaws, their weaknesses, their strengths, and everything. Try to understand them and make use of them in a competition, you know. So yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning with each day, each session that we coach someone, and yeah, it's a enriching experience.
You really sound like you're really journeying it with the new athlete as well. It's as much a journey for you as for them. Elham, Iran, 80 kilos for her second bench. It's a 10 kilo increase. That's quite significant. Oh my goodness. That is epic. Yeah. Fantastic. Wonderful good lift.
Yeah, that's Veronica Manning from New Zealand now, 87.5 on the bar. She is heading towards a gold in the bench. She has a huge bench in her category. And a lot of support here in the crowd. And I see it's a close fight for the gold and overall position here. They're very close, just about 10, 12 kilos separating them from the first, and deadlift can be a game changer here, I guess.
Exactly. A lot of kilos can be made up or not made up.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one. 87.5 kilos. That was a good lift, right?
Yes, it was
Yeah,
a good lift.
yeah.
Sorry, I was just distracted. I was watching the lifter who was inquiring to the referee what that light was for, as she wants to obviously correct whatever it is. So some lifters take a strong interest in the error that they got given, and some don't care. If they see the two white, they're going with it. So they may very well know what their error is likely to be.
Good practice
Yeah.
to understand where you went wrong, so that
Yeah.
helps for your future
Yep.
lifts.
Again, different personalities really want to know that and have to know that, and some it's just not on their radar. Everything's okay, it's just differences. Here's Joyce Reboton of Philippines, 100 kilos. Boom, there it is. That's her PB. So let's see. She looks solid for a really strong third attempt. You know, keen to see what she's going to put on that. She's got some stiff competition with Khan from Kazakhstan, who opened on the 110. Just looking at Joyce's jump there, I don't reckon she may not put more than 5 on the third attempt. Yeah.
Wondering why Xenia hasn't upped her bench. Her PB says 145. She's kind of playing a little safe here, looks like.
Yeah. I mean, I wondered if that was an equipped number that she's got there, or it should be classic because it's in this category. But she could have an injury for all we know, be coming back from something. She's very strong at these weights, so you know, I haven't been given the information. Sometimes a lifter's got a back injury or something, and like you say, they have to take off 30 kilos or something.
Exactly. Yeah, injuries are a big part of an athlete, especially a powerlifter. You know, they go through these injuries all the time, and they need to gauge what's comfortable for them and push accordingly. I think we are now in the third round of the bench. Chan Zihi, 50 kilos on the bar for her last bench attempt. Okay, that looks like a good lift. And it is a good lift.
57.5 for Radisha Disinda of Sri Lanka.
That's Radisha De Silva from Sri Lanka, 57.2 for her final attempt. That's a very wide grip for a bench. No.
No press. She got told to press, no press. It's like the deadlift when you go to pull it and it doesn't move. It's just amazing that it can just get completely stuck. You know, it happens.
And you never know why
You don't know
at
why.
times.
You never know why. You think, what on earth? Most lifters burst out laughing, you know, and just go, oh my goodness, what happened there?
That's Minerva Wingze for 67.5 kilos for her final attempt. A silver medal attempt. Oh.
Too much today.
Too much to ask, I guess. But yeah, she ends with 60 and a silver medal on the bench.
Yeah.
72.5 for Liang Yichi, Hong Kong.
It's Liang Yichi, Hong Kong, with 72.5 for her final attempt.
And Ellen and wants to thank her family and friends for all their trust and support and love. Yeah, it's very important and something we never take for granted. Oh, gee, she gave that a good go, though. It got off the chest, no problem, quite a few inches, but that was tough. That was a big increase too, actually, really.
For a last attempt, and she ends with a bronze. It's Wu Pai Chen from Chinese Taipei for 72.5 for her last attempt. Oh, a little bit too much for her last attempt, so she has settled with 67.5 here.
We were talking about personality and this sort of thing. Lifters' reactions when they fail a lift, whether they some get really frustrated and annoyed with the weight, annoyed with themselves, or whatever it is, you know. Some laugh, shrug it off, whatever, I don't care, you know. Very different how we experience so-called failure, and how we regroup after that, what kind of energy we put out from that kind of thing, how we cope with a bad training day. We all have training days that are off. I guess experience, we learn how it's going to go and how to move on. But certainly personality is a little bit of a part of that. Lim, Singapore, 72.5. No. So she will win the gold medal from her second attempt on 70 over Wu from Chinese Taipei. And I do believe, Wu's got a much bigger deadlift. So interesting times coming in that little battle. But we're at the last bench press now of the juniors in the 69. And we've got our leader already with Lee on 75. And C from Hong Kong will get the silver and De Silva will get the bronze. But 77.5 kilos would really help Lee. It would help anyone who will battle it out with Hong Kong as well in the deadlift. So always in the back of my mind in this third attempt, even if they've won a gold or whatever medal, it's about more kilos for the total, isn't it?
Exactly. And maybe achieving some personal bests at the same time, which helps for their next competition to increase the confidence and all that. So yeah, of course, always push for your last. Yeah, and that was a good one actually. 77.5. A very, very, very good lift there. And yeah, she secures the gold. We have Shahla Ghermani right now from Iran with 85 kilos on the bar. Oh my god, that was good. That was good. Very, very good lift.
You know, if I had an Iranian coach yelling at me like that, I'd press it too. I'm just saying. That was scary. I'm like, my person.
Another player from Iran to lift 87.5 now. Oh my god, these girls from Iran are amazing. 87.5. She made it look so easy.
I
Or
am.
is it the coach?
Yeah. Look, I am in awe of those women. They are so strong and so composed. This is their first international, and realistically, it's a big occasion for them for so many reasons, and a lot of obstacles to do with apparel and all of that sort of thing. 90 kilos, Veronica Manning, New Zealand, to finish off her bench press campaign. Gold medalist. 90. She grinds it out. She can do it. The grind queen. No lift. Oh. Double movement, was it? I was just trying to read the mime. No, I didn't see it. I might be wrong. It might have been an elbow. I don't know. I'm sorry. Elbow. I'm getting the signal. It was an elbow that wasn't deep enough. She's just slightly in vulnerability with that. I can see. Yeah. Yep. Her technique just slightly edges on that. Hasn't been a problem, but apparently it was in play there. As Joyce comes out for her final bench of she only put 2.5. I thought wouldn't be more than 5. And good bit of PB for Joyce here. 102.5 for her final bench press. I'm feeling pretty confident for her myself because that 100 looked amazing. And this is a good attempt selection, I would say. Not as smooth as she would have liked. No lift. Okay, 2 against. Let's have a look there. So no problem. There's the spot there. Okay. Gee, they've got good eyes, haven't they?
Amazing. Now, this is Zenia Khan with the biggest bencher in this group, 122.5. And this is her final attempt to better it. That's a strong bench, right? For a 76 kg.
Yeah, very strong.
Very strong bench. Yeah. Oh my god. That was amazing.
Asian record.
And that's an Asian record too. So, well done.
You were right to just check. That's strong, isn't it? Yeah, apparently it was an Asian record. I'm sorry I didn't get the notice of that straight away, but we will come back in 10 minutes for the deadlift, so do join us then. Thanks for your company. Welcome back to the deadlift session of the women 69 and 76 kilo weight classes. Your first flight here is the sub-juniors and Masters 1 and Masters 3. We've had Yakashiva of Kazakhstan. Yakashiva of Kazakhstan already open on 65, sub-junior. Now 100 kilos to open for Li from Chinese Taipei. She's the Masters 3. So that's amazing.
Good lift.
And that's a good lift. Then Dutta Chatterjee also taking 100 kilos for her opener. She's a Masters 1. She's doing a lot of competition here in Hong Kong at this combined championship.
Good lift. 102.5. Same thing, no shocking.
Noor Shakira, Singapore 102.5 for her opening deadlift.
Good lift. 150. Of Chinese Taipei.
The next to come is Chi Chiachi from Chinese Taipei, 115 kilos for her first deadlift attempt.
And maybe there's goals for certain particular weights, or you know, they challenge themselves to 3 out of 3 or 9 out of 9, or I don't know, any kind of goal. We just see here Norliana from Singapore, 125, opening deadlift. They make it look easy, and when they put it down, the noise tells you how heavy it really is. Yeah, so what do you think about goals?
So yeah, absolutely. I think the goals drive what a person really wants to do, you know. Somebody like me, who's played cricket for India, my goal was to get another goal for the country, or to get another medal, or just represent my country in another sport after the age of 40, right? So that was a goal for me. For someone else, it might be just beating their own self goal or totals. For someone, it might be getting a podium finish. I mean, it could be so many other things, you know, and it's all about the perspective of where you want to be, and just that goal actually drives the person, I think so.
Okay, I'm still back with you represented your country in cricket. I mean, just everyone understand, I'm Australian, you're Indian, we're all obsessed with cricket. Sodom Dorj, Mongolia 140, big opener, and a big battle's going to go on in the 76ers. Let's watch how that shapes up. You represented India, your nation, the nation of India in cricket, the most competitive sport in your nation. Can you please explain?
Yeah, so I've played Test cricket and one day internationals. And I played against England, I played against Australia, West Indies, and I was a prospective probable for the World Cup squad as well. But due to an injury, I couldn't go ahead. But I did represent India in a test series against England. And this was way back in 1996, 97. So yeah, it's been quite a while.
Well, look, I'm speechless. I mean, I'm a cricket tragic. My whole family is. The kids play cricket. I'm so old that in my day there was no women's cricket. There was Vigoro. We couldn't even play cricket. So we need to have a good conversation, you and me, off camera.
Definitely.
Liv Lannon, 145. This is her thing. Conventional deadlift. And she hits the lead on body weight from Mayani from India with that 145. I wonder what she's going to put in for a second attempt. Mayani's put in 152.5. See, I'm all focused on the goals, the medals and the placings, and I get fascinated watching these to see what the strategy is and the attempt selections throughout those three lifts. Whereas, as you say, lifters could be absolutely focused on quite different goals, or their priorities aren't gold, silver, medaling. So we see, oh, she just got the weight in front of her there, and she knows what's happened is that bar's gone back down again as she's gone to pull it. Yeah, look, I know we're going to talk about the cricket off air, but what were you? You were a batter? What were?
I was opening bat. I was opening bat, and a medium pace bowler, and a specialized slip fielder.
I can absolutely tell you were opening batsman. I knew that just by seeing your body type. I thought she is the big hitter, and her personality. They sent her out first to face the fierce bowlers because you've got courage. Here's Lee, 110. So that's a 10 kilo increase from her opening attempt. Massive. Masters 3. She's 62.
I full respect for this one. My God. I mean, she's just coming out there and setting Asian records, in the Masters 3 category. Amazing.
Yeah. And I struggle bringing the shopping in from the car, I tell you. And she just picks up 110 like that. I used to be able to pick up 110, just not anymore. Noor Shakira, Zanuddin, Singapore. That's getting a bit harder for her. There's a few more kilos in the tank, but not too many. That lockout's getting quite hard for her. You see, she gets to here, she really has to pull back with all her might to get the correct lockout position. So, opening batsman, you face the fierce bowlers, bring it on, do your worst, defend, then know when to attack and stay in, and a lot on your shoulders. Slips fielder, very scary position. Dutta Chatterjee, 117.5. So good reflexes to be in slips, very fast, and really incredible hand-eye to stick the hand out and get the catch when you can't even really see it. It's just instinct where it is. Got it?
Very, very. And especially the first slips is a very vulnerable position.
Hi. This is us. There we are. Commentary team made it onto the stream. First time ever because PJ's onto the camera.
Okay, that's Ito Harumi.
Goes away, gets the
Okay. And she's gotten it. Good lift.
I am super impressed with that. That 110 was a difficult lockout at the top. They put 5 kilos. It's significant. And she still pulled it. And you could see the struggle start earlier in the lockout. So she struggled for longer. And it's, you know, when you really watch a lifter, you see how much heart and courage and commitment, because you can see physically how difficult that lift is going to be.
Absolutely. Oh, this is
Yes. So this is a record. It hasn't flashed up on our screen, but we can tell by the 116. This is an Asian record. Looks absolutely superb. Yes.
yes. She got it. Oh,
You know, and the thing I want to say to people, women particularly watching this who don't powerlift or are starting in their journey of strength. So we'll watch this lift first, and I'll come back to that. Yeah, that was a big jump. Huge jump. What's going on?
oh no. She does not get this.
Yeah, what I was thinking about was, I can't remember actually. Do you know what I was talking about?
Women who watch other women.
Oh, yeah.
Women who are not
Yeah.
lifting. Watching
Yeah,
other
yeah. I wanted to say, look, I think sometimes women think, well, I'm not a strong woman and I wouldn't be able to do that sport because I'm not really strong, and I'm pretty sure I couldn't do that. And I just want to say, we're all strong. You are strong. Everyone is strong, and everyone has the capacity to get stronger. Oh, my goodness. Norliana, 140, rips it off the floor and gets the lift. Magnificent pull. Look at this. Sits right back. She's conventional. Lovely posture. Keeps it on the legs. Hips and shoulders moving as one. Then she just leans back a bit and gets the lift. Taipei, Chinese Taipei. Final deadlift, 142.5. A reasonably big jump there.
That's a good lift.
Wonderful. That is a really good lift.
Ito Harumi now lifting for the gold medal here. I like her singlet.
Yeah, it's groovy, isn't
Pretty.
it? I reckon Japan's got the best singlet. SBD make these decorative singlets for nations. The Australian one's pretty good if you ever get to see it.
Yeah,
Sort of Aboriginal dot painting of a kangaroo.
yeah.
But the cherry blossoms are pretty good.
Oh, she got it.
Wow, she's so excited. You don't see that much in Japanese lifters, I have to say.
Now, this is a fight to
Yeah,
watch.
come on now. You're
Yes.
calling this,
Yeah.
okay?
Right, that's
I'm too
Mayani.
scared.
Mayani from India with 162.5.
Arjun,
Oh. Oh, she's done it. She's done it. What a lift. That was amazing.
It was. Oh, change. That forces the change in the next attempt of the next lifter. This is a powerlifting rule. We can change the last deadlift attempt that we've put in based on what the lifter just did. So what's happening here is we've got Mayani on a total of 382.5 kilos, and the other two lifters have upped their last deadlift to try and get on top. And so here comes Liv. She's put in 170 in an attempt to try and muscle up.
Yeah, this has been an exciting fight here.
For the gold in the deadlift. Oh, it's slow. She's going to stick with it. Oh, too much.
Here comes the last lift of this.
170 loaded for Mungzul of Bangladesh.
So Sonadorj of Mongolia has put it up to 170 to win the gold in the deadlift and to win the gold overall. She's the heaviest lifter here, so she had to get up on top, but I don't think she had to put quite that much on there to win. She only... Oh, and it's heavy. Oh, my goodness. She did not do that. Oh! Oh, how? How did she do it? Man, Ju, look at the replay. I wrote her off before the knees.
That was unbelievable.
Unbelievable finishing deadlift to win the deadlift and the total. I've just got to calm down now
Yeah.
because we've got one more flight to call. But
Radisha De Silva of Sri Lanka.
that was so epic.
Arjun,
Yes, it's all over, and we're on to the second flight of lifters, who are the open and juniors of these two weight classes, the 69 and 70. Wait on, what's happened here? Her socks. Her socks aren't long enough. Oh, she's been sent back off the platform because the socks aren't the right ones. And this happened yesterday or the day before. The lifter obviously times out, misses their first deadlift, and has to go and find some socks from somebody, which, as you said, powerlifters will give each other whatever they need. So she'll find them. But really, that should be sorted out. That shouldn't happen. That a lifter presents with the wrong socks on.
Exactly. I mean, the coach is there for just those reasons, to make sure, that the player is well equipped with all the equipment, because the player is in a different mindset. They might miss out on something, but their coach has to be right there to tell them.
I'm with you. I lay this squarely with the coach, the regular coach, the platform coach. All of them should know what the legal apparel is and never let the lifter be in that position. So, Tsi from Hong Kong, 115 for her opening deadlift. She's a junior. She got the silver in the squat and the silver in the bench. And to be honest, the three women in that class are separate enough that the totals, there may not be a battle. It may have already kind of played out.
So Chan Ziyi from Hong Kong with 115. So I guess we do have our gold and silver medal already in this category, right? 76 kg juniors. Yeah. So we have Lim Tanya from Singapore, 125 kilos for her first deadlift attempt. Okay, that's a good lift. Li Jiang from Singapore, 127.5. And a possible gold medalist in this category. Okay, that was a pretty easy lift for her. Good lift. Yeah, the next to come, Liang Yim Chi from Hong Kong, 130 kilos. Okay, that's a good lift.
I think that might have been a bit heavy for Ellen. She's puffed out from that. She's probably tired, you know. All that, you know, any stress, any being worn out in the days and weeks before your event can play a part in your fatigue on comp day, can't it? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah, it plays a part. You need to be well rested. Your diet needs to be spot on. That really helps you to be in the right frame of mind. That's Zinia Khan, 130 kilos, and a good lift. Zinia is right now at the third position, bronze medal position. We'll see how her deadlift goes from here. Wu Pi Chen from Taipei with 140 kilos in her first deadlift attempt. That's a good lift. And most likely a gold, secures a gold in her category. That's Shala from Iran with a 160 opener. Oh, that was a good lift. Really strong, this Iranian lifters. I mean, there are two of them here participating for the first time, but I'm really amazed at the amount of strength they have. I mean, they squatted beautifully. Their deadlift starting at 160 kilos. I mean, really, really amazed to see. Yes, very,
I'm really
very.
impressed. I don't know why, but I didn't expect them to be this accomplished and this strong. And I can't explain why I wasn't expecting that. You know, when I think about it, there's years of training in this. We can see that, you know, women can get strong. Some women cannot get this strong. So for starters, you know, there's something special here. But they must have trained for years and years. Good nutrition, good injury management, all what you've said that's important. Good coaching, the whole lot. But the fact that we've actually never seen them to know where they were at and just to suddenly appear on the world scene as good as this is, you know, just unexpected. And they're a force. They are a force on this international. They deserve a seat at this table.
Absolutely, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. That's Veronica Manning, 165 kilos, a good lift. And both of these lifters, I mean, they've really impressed in all the three events. You know, the way they squatted, the way they benched, and I think they must have been training for a long time, or they might be athletes in different forms, which gives them the strength already, and they've built upon that. So really interested to find out where they come from, and what have they been training on, how long, and other things. But really, really impressive.
I think I need to interview them for the APF newsletter, folks, which you'll find on the APF website. It's published every 3 months, our newsletter. And I'll tell you who will probably be in there is this lady, Joyce Rebaton of Philippines. An absolute weapon. Wonderful lifter, strong. Oh, okay. Flawless technique. Singapore just... Is it Singapore? No, is that the Philippines coach? Philippines coach just having a conversation with the jury. Not sure what that was all about. Okay, so we're back to the second round of deadlifts for this group. Just got to... Okay. Okay. She's found some long socks. I can assure you she will have borrowed them from somebody who's more than willing. You see, lifters will swap and share gear to help each other.
Okay, that was a good lift. 90 kilos.
You know, your hope is that something like that's totally unexpected when you're visualising what's going to happen, doesn't throw you off and take your energy from you or distract you unnecessarily and just move on. Yes, she's lost a lift, so to speak, and there may be an adjustment there in what she can attempt. But this is part of competition. Things don't go your way. Things happen unexpectedly. That is actually truly part of competition. As you would know from your days in cricket, your days in powerlifting, there is no entitlement to it all being perfect.
Exactly. I mean, anything can go wrong. Anything. I mean, it's Minerva Wingsy with 122.5 for a second lift. And a good lift.
Yeah, and I think this general attitude in life that, you know, things should be this way or should be that way or that ought not to happen or I shouldn't have to put up with it or whatever, that is not the nature of reality. The actual reality is anything, is exactly as you said, anything can and probably will happen that you haven't even thought of, and we have to roll along and go through it.
One of the characteristics of a true sportsman or athlete is to adjust to situations. You know, I mean, you cannot be rigid. That's Chan Zihe from Hong Kong, 122.5, and a good lift. Yeah, so like I said, a true characteristic of an athlete is adjusting to any given situation. Situations could be good, bad, ugly, for all you know, but you need to adjust and perform and still give your best. Yep. So that's really, really important.
Yeah, just really appreciate the way you said that. And yeah, Singapore 132.5. Her competitor Wu will probably be away with this in terms of the gold in the deadlift. There's a bit of difference there. But we're in the juniors now with Lee coming out for her second attempt to 137.5. And I think these sort of attitudinal things are a good thing for us to instill in our youngsters in sport so that they grow up with those good attitudes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think kids, young kids should play a sport. I mean, how much ever they are focused on studies or anything else, playing a sport kind of builds a different kind of attitude, so to speak, in a small child. They know how to adjust, they know how to play in a team.
And that's a good lift. Yeah, how to cope with failure, things going wrong, unfairness, you know, being told what to do, being told you can't do something, having to control your emotions, how to celebrate being a good winner, everything.
Yeah, and they need to know how to lose as well. Yeah. I mean, you know, failure also teaches you so much. Yeah. So kids these days don't know how to accept failure, so they should play a sport and better learn it.
They will learn it. Ellen pulls that one, 140. That's a great lift. She's getting tired. I can read her body language. She's getting puffed now. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. And it really doesn't matter. But I do think team sports, there is a bigger opportunity for more learning and more character development. I honestly it's different to individual sports, but I honestly think the team sports teach people young people how to cope with life with people.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, that's Xenia Khan with a big jump of 20 kilos here from 130 to 150. And she lifts it quite well. That was easy. Good lift.
She's quite athletic, isn't she? She's very impressive, her strength and her stamina.
The bench. I mean,
Amazing bench. And, you know, she's got a lot of stamina. I'm not seeing any evidence of fatigue in her, mentally or physically, because you do start to see it. And when you've watched 6 or 8 lifts with a lifter, you can start to notice how they're fatiguing. But she's a weapon. She's just going on. Wu, Chinese Taipei, big deadlift for a 76 junior, 152.5. Always have a bit of a absolute fascination with Chinese Taipei deadlift.
So that's Shala from Iran with 170 loaded. Oh, that was amazing lifting here. 170 kilos.
175 pounds.
you know, it's heavy. That's amazing. But we can see the exertion, and to be able to exert yourself like that takes a lot of years. The more you train yourself to handle heavier weight. I know we like for grip, but that also pays a price.
Yes. That's Salimi Arezi from Iran. Again, 175. Oh, that is fantastic. Fantastic lifting here by the Iranian team. Good lift, 175 kilos. And there's Joyce with 197.5.
There is no end to this amazingness. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, we could be biased. We love women's powerlifting. I'm willing to accept that. But this is amazing. And 197.5 for Joyce. Now, what's her PB over there? Can you have a look, Manju? 200. So she gets this, and then you imagine she puts a bit more on to go over the PB. Gotcha. Okay, that's the strategy here.
That is beautiful. She kept pulling it till she got it right. Very, very strong. That is a signature of a strong lifter, actually. Yeah.
There is respect written all over your face. If I may say so.
Right, we move on to the last round of deadlifts here. Redisa De Silva with 110 for a final deadlift attempt. Good. That's a good lift.
You know, I can't help but think she's tried to make up lost ground there. She put 20 kilos on that. I'm just wondering if the original plan was 90, 100, 110, and then she's come out and done the 110. That was a wonderful lift. Yeah, yep. She should be happy with that, even though there was that little hiccup at the beginning.
And a good lift. And that's our silver medal.
She's not. Okay. It was a wonderful pull, but she knew straight away it was the last lift she had in her today. No point.
Yeah. Securing the silver medal. Okay, that's a good lift. Lee Jiaying from Singapore, 45.
lift, isn't it? They've left everything here. It's a sign they're not taking anything home. It's been pushing yourself and getting every last kilo, and competition. Really competing against yourself or others. Here's Khan, one of our favorites.
Oh, that is just fantastic. And she does it. It's a PB and a good lift. She finishes on the third position here.
I just spotted, which isn't coming now, but the Irani lifter is going to attempt 197.5, the same as Riboton of her final deadlift. And the Irani lifter is slightly lighter. Could she snatch the gold medal in the deadlift? But first, Veronica Manning in the open 60, this 105 again. Oh, much better. Yes. So she hits the lead. So now she throws the gauntlet down to the Irani lifter. Sorry, we're just waiting for the system to catch back up again. It should be 177.5. No. System's not caught up, and the screen hasn't changed to tell the lifters what to load. Okay, now it's caught up. Have the lifters loaded it? What? They put no lift on Veronica's. There's no lift? It was a lift. Okay, confusion here. Irani lifter can't break it off the floor. Oh, good. New Zealand coach is going to the jury because we can't figure out why that got overruled, why that's a no lift. We may need a replay. They may ask our technical capability. Yeah, good lift got that. It was a good lift.
Okay.
So the jury is telling it was a good lift. So this is the challenge on Joyce gold medal. The challenge for the gold in the deadlift.
Oh my God!
Mashallah! Oh, I cry. I will cry. No, she should have been stopped there. Her body, her mind did that.
Yes.
She just took the gold in the deadlift spectacularly. We are coming back for the medal ceremony. Do not miss it. See you then.